A quick tutorial on how to make the credits for your Shulapalooza film. So you'll need two things. One, you'll need the image that you shot on the green screen, and two, you'll need the background. You want to make sure that your sequence, which is this, is set to the correct resolution and frame rate. So you just go up to File, New, well, if you haven't made your sequence yet, go File, New, Sequence. And then here, choose DSLR, 1080p by 30 frames per second. Give it a name, and makes sense to call it credits. If you've already made your credits, your sequence, you can always right-click on it, and you can go to Properties, and you can just double-check that it's the 1920 by 1080, and in this case, 30 frames per second. Now, if you already made your video in 60 frames per second, that's fine too. The important thing that it's 1920 by 1080. You don't want it to be 4K or a lower resolution like 1280 by 720. So anyway, the first thing we have to do is we have to drop the background image in there. And as you can see, it's kind of small, so we can zoom things in a little bit. But you'll also see there's black around it, which means the image is not large enough. So simple solution is right-click. And I'm looking for a larger drop-down menu, and if you don't get that, just make it a little bit bigger, and there you go. And you just want to scale the frame size, and now that image fills the frame. The next thing you need to do is you need to take the picture that you took on the green screen. If you didn't take it on the green screen and you want to select just that image, that's done in Photoshop, and I'd be happy to show you that individually if you're not sure how to do that. But anyway, drop the image in, and as you can see, it's too big, so the same step, just go here and do scale to frame size. Now it looks good, we just need to take the green away, and that's simple. You just type in Ultra key, and there it is, and you take it and you drag it onto the clip like that. Okay, and then you just go to Effect Controls, you go down to Ultra key, you look for this little dropper, you click on the green, and the green is gone. Now, sometimes if I was to look at this a little bit bigger, you can see there's a little bit of green around me, so I can clean it up a little bit. Probably the best way to clean it is pedestal is a starting point, but as you can see, I did that, and it kind of makes the background look a little bit funky, so I'm not going to try that. So spill suppression, you can mess around with the range a little bit, and so notice I brought the range down about 25%, so let's see how that looks. And you can see a little less green, but still I haven't gotten rid of it as much as I'd like to. So honestly, I just kind of play with these different sliders until I get it to look, clean it up as much as I can. So one last thing, somewhere I think there's, I think that highlights might help a bit. Okay, cleans it up a little bit. Bottom line, you just want to try and get most of the green out of there as you can. Then it's basically done. Then your credits are there, and except you do need a title. So for the title, you just grab the text tool here, you click anywhere, and you want to set the fonts to a specific one. And if you look at my agenda, it said here chalk duster 150 point, color white, stroke black. So with that, I just go here, and instead of Myriad Pro, I choose chalk duster, and chalk duster, there it is, and I set 150 as the font size, and you may mess with this a little bit, and then just type it in. And so obviously my name is Mr. Shula, so that's what goes here, and that size looks pretty good, and it's white. I select the whole thing, I take the stroke, and I make the stroke black, and then it's outlined. And then obviously I take my move tool and move that so it, spot that, looks good. Right there. Actually, it looks pretty good right there because it's not covering anything. And that's about it. That's how you do your credits for your Shulapalooza film. If you have more questions, just ask me.